Let's enjoy another round of 50 random facts. Of all the land mammals in Hawaii, only one is a true native, the Hawaiian hoary bat. Every other one is an import. Only 2 land herbivores worldwide survive almost entirely on a sea-based diet: the marine iguanas of the Galapagos and Scotland's North Ronaldsay sheep, which were driven to seaweed by a lack of land grazing. In Japanese, the word kimono literally translates to a thing to wear. Antoine Laurent Lavoisier, a giant of 18th century science who defined oxygen's role in combustion and helped create the metric system, was tragically guillotined during France's reign of terror, condemned for his ties to the old regime and spurious charges of tobacco adulteration. Birds breathe in a totally unique way, using a one-way air system that makes their respiratory organs a huge 20% of their body, far more efficient than our 5% system. The stomach of a vulture contains extremely strong acid with a pH often approaching 1 compared to human stomach acid around 1.5 to 3.5. This high acidity breaks down tough organic matter and, more importantly, neutralizes dangerous pathogens, preventing the spread of disease. This extraordinary stomach acid also helps vultures digest bone fragments, ensuring they get the most nutrients possible from their scavenged meals. Humans and most other mammals and birds experience REM or rapid eye movement sleep. Reptiles and amphibians generally do not exhibit clear signs of REM sleep, highlighting an evolutionary divergence in sleep patterns. Urohydrosis is the rather disgusting habit that vultures and some storks have to keep themselves cool in high temperatures. They pee and poo on their own legs, so the evaporated liquid cools them down in a similar way to sweat. While seemingly unsanitary, the uric acid in their droppings also helps to kill bacteria on their legs, providing a degree of antiseptic action. Here's a buzzworthy fact. 1 out of every 3 bites you eat exists thanks to pollinators. Bees, butterflies, and even bats are the unsung heroes behind 75% of our crops and nearly all flowering plants. So next time you enjoy an apple or sip coffee, thank a bee. They're basically tiny farmers with wings. Often regarded as nothing more than a common weed, dandelions are incredibly useful. Not only are they great for biodiversity, attracting bees, butterflies, and other pollinators, they are also good for healing hard, dry soil by sending their long roots down into the ground. They also act as dynamic accumulators, drawing up minerals like calcium from deeper soil layers, making them available to shallower-rooted plants when the dandelion leaves decompose. The most poisonous mushroom in the world is also one of the most common. Eating just half a cap of Amanita phalloides, or deathcap mushroom, will kill you, and it is thought to be responsible for 90% of all mushroom-related deaths in the world. For most animals, the enzyme produced by the gulo gene is the final step in synthesizing vitamin C from glucose. In humans, primates, guinea pigs, and a few other species, this gene is present but non-functional. Scientists believe the mutation stuck because our ancestors had diets rich in fruits, making the ability to produce our own vitamin C redundant. Cucumbers are a type of berry called a pepo, which is a fruit with a hard rind that develops from a single ovary. There are more than 10,000 different kinds of wine grapes out there, each contributing to the incredible variety of wines we enjoy. There are believed to be around 400,000 species of plant in the world, half of which are edible. Humans only eat around 200 of these, which is only 0.1% of all edible plants. In April 1996, tropical cyclone Olivia unleashed the strongest wind gust ever recorded on Barrow Island, Australia, hitting an astonishing 407 kilometers per hour or 253 miles per hour. Mount Yasur in Vanuatu has been in a constant state of eruption since Captain Cook first saw it blowing its top in 1774. Locals call Yasur the lighthouse of the Pacific because its glow guided sailors at night. Tiger sharks may be an unlikely influencer on climate change, but scientists have found that by preying on dugongs in Australia, they are helping to prevent the overgrazing of seagrass. Seagrass is important to the environment, as just one seagrass meadow can capture twice as much carbon dioxide as a forest on land. More than 450 asteroids out there aren't flying solo. They actually have their own orbiting moons. EMV chip cards are highly secure because they generate a unique one-time code for each transaction, making them a powerful tool against fraud. Our eyes possess a unique status known as immune privilege. While they have their own specialized immune cells, they are also somewhat hidden from the body's systemic main immune system. This concept of immune privilege is not unique to the eye. Other areas of the body, such as the brain and testes, also exhibit similar mechanisms to protect their delicate tissues from aggressive immune responses. The distinctive calico, or tortoiseshell fur pattern, is almost exclusively found in female cats because it requires two X chromosomes. Let's break this down. The genes for orange and black fur color in cats are located on the X chromosome. Since females have two X chromosomes, they can carry both the gene for orange and the gene for black. Due to a process called X inactivation, one of the two X chromosomes is randomly switched off in each cell early in development. This creates a mosaic, where some patches of fur express the orange gene and others express the black gene. Males typically only have one X and one Y chromosome, so they can only express either orange or black, not both, unless they have a genetic anomaly like two X chromosomes and one Y known as Klinefelter syndrome, or are chimeras with cells from two different zygotes. The random nature of X inactivation means that no two calico cats will ever have the exact same pattern, even if they are clones. Neptune holds the unique distinction of being the first planet discovered not by looking through a telescope, but by brilliant mathematical prediction. Bonus fact, the discovery of Neptune was a monumental triumph for Newtonian gravitational theory, demonstrating its predictive power even beyond observed phenomena. The average width of a lightning bolt is 2.5 centimeters or 1 inch, but they can reach temperatures of 30,000 degrees Celsius or 54,000 degrees Fahrenheit, 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun. Mantis shrimp are not true shrimp. They are marine crustaceans that belong to the order Stomatopoda, while true shrimp belong to the order Decapoda, which also includes crabs and lobsters. Beyond its iconic deserts and beaches, Australia has substantial forest coverage, with forests blanketing nearly a fifth of the continent, and it's also home to the world's oldest rainforest. Over 80% of the world's population has never taken a flight. Saturn's moon Titan is a wild place with flowing methane rivers, raindrops twice as big as Earth's that fall 5 times slower, and cryovolcanoes spewing icy water ammonia slush like molten rock at extreme sub-zero temperatures. Despite its massive heart and aorta, a blue whale's blood pressure is surprisingly low, around 40-20 millimeters of mercury, because water supports its immense body, contrasting sharply with giraffes, often around 280-180 millimeters of mercury, who need incredibly high pressure to pump blood up their long necks against gravity. 85% of all plant life is in the oceans. And a bonus fact, phytoplankton produce roughly half of the oxygen in Earth's atmosphere. We all know that cats are crazy about tuna, and there are a few key reasons. First, they are umami seekers, and tuna is packed with the savory flavor compounds that appeal to their taste receptors. Secondly, as obligate carnivores, cats are hardwired to crave the high protein and strong smell of fish like tuna. It's a sensory experience that taps directly into their instinct. The Pantheon in Rome holds the record for the largest unreinforced concrete dome in the world. Built nearly 2,000 years ago, its dome spans 43.4 meters or 142 feet in diameter. Despite its age, it remains an architectural marvel, showcasing the ingenuity of ancient Roman engineering. The dome was constructed without steel reinforcement, relying instead on Roman concrete and a clever design that keeps it standing strong. The word nerd was first used by Dr. Seuss in 1950. That little symbol we now know as a hashtag actually has a much more distinguished name, the octothorpe. Owls can turn their heads 270 degrees thanks to a neck that contains twice as many vertebrae as a human's. The owl's arteries expand to get enough blood to its large head during neck rotations. Mercury's timing is bizarre. It orbits the sun in just 88 days, but it takes 176 days to complete one full day-night cycle, so a single day there lasts for 2 of its years. Coconut trees are truly impressive. They capture 100 watts per square meters of solar energy to pull up to 100 liters of water daily from the soil, using a clever straw-like evaporation process in their leaves to keep the flow going. The straw in this case is the palm's xylem, microscopic tubes that move water upward against gravity. Some species can lift water over 90 meters or 300 feet tall. Some cicadas have cracked nature's math code, literally. They emerge only once every 13 or 17 years, and here's the wild part. Both numbers are prime. Why? It's not random. First, these prime-numbered cycles help them dodge crossbreeding. Other cicada species might pop up every 2, 4, 5, or 6 years, but when you show up every 13 or 17 years, you almost never overlap with them. That keeps their gene pool clean. Second, it messes with predators. Animals that eat cicadas can't adapt to such odd, spaced-out patterns. No sink, no feast. And finally, when they do show up, they show up in ridiculous numbers, millions, so many that predators just can't eat them all. This trick is called predator satiation. Basically, they win by flooding the buffet. That iconic rattlesnake rattle isn't bone. It's made of keratin, the same material as your fingernails, with new segments added each time the snake sheds its skin. Lions stand out among felines for their unique social structure, living in family prides while almost all other wildcats prefer a solitary existence. Pine mouth, formerly known as pine nut syndrome or pine mouth dysgeusia, is a real condition that can occur after consuming certain pine nuts. It typically results in a lingering, unpleasant, metallic, or bitter taste in the mouth, which can last for several days or even weeks. Dysgeusia is the correct medical term for a distortion or impairment of the sense of taste. Oxytocin is well documented for its role in strengthening social bonds and promoting trust and cooperation within a group or in-group. However, research also indicates that this in-group favoritism can, in certain contexts, lead to reduced trust, increased defensiveness, or even aggression towards outgroups. The ocean has absorbed approximately 30 to 40% of the carbon dioxide emitted by human activities since the Industrial Revolution, significantly buffering atmospheric CO2 levels. An octopus doesn't need to bring food to its mouth to know if it's tasty. It can taste with its arms. Their suckers are packed with chemoreceptors, which allow it to taste by touching objects. The strongest muscle in the human body, pound for pound, is the masseter, your jaw. Tigers see 6 times better than us in the dark, thanks to a retina packed with light-sensing cells and a natural mirror in their eyes that bounces light back for a second look. There's a bacterium that can survive radiation doses thousands of times higher than what would kill a human. Before you go, if you enjoyed these mind-bending facts, don't forget to hit that like button. And for more fascinating insights, be sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you never miss out. Thanks for watching.